Wait. She says, got it.
Got it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Moms in Real Estate. I'm Kristen Cantrell.
And I'm Angela Fazio. Our guest today is Kacie Henke. Henke?
Hinky, like
Darn
pinky.
it. Hinky like pinky. Kacie, sorry.
I love our guest today because we can so relate with her because we were reading through her questionnaire and throughout it, she talks about what a shit show she is. So today our topic is how to be a functioning shit show.
We are astute at that.
We're very good at that. So welcome, Kacie. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad to be on this show. This is my first podcast ever, so I am pumped. Yes, you guys made my whole day, I think, whenever you messaged me a while ago and said you wanted me to be on it. So yes, functioning shit show. That is my life. That is how I function. Everybody asks me how I actually function. And so just a little bit about me. I'm not sure. I truly don't know. Like, I just wing it day by day. I see all of these posts all the time about time blocking and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, like that is so stressful to me. Like there's no way that's ever going to happen in my life because it is a day by day basis. Like everything is different, and having 4 kids, there's just no way. And real estate. So that's a little bit about my life. I have 4 kids. 2 of them are my step kids, but I don't even treat them as my step kids. They are my kids, and I'm very protective over all of them. And have a husband, love him. He's great. I just want him to retire so he can function the house while I function business, and that would make my life so much easier. But yeah, I'm in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I've been in real estate for a while. And
yeah, you've been in real estate too. This is your second go at real estate, right? Because you've been in it for how long altogether, and then you took a break.
I think it's 11 years altogether. I'd have to recount, but so I was in it for a while, and then I moved to England, and I was in England for a while, and then I moved back to the States, and then a few years later, I'm like, I miss it. I'm gonna get back into real estate. And this is a family business. My parents have been in real estate since I was in 4th grade, and so I have been on more listing appointments, showing appointments, closings, more than I should for my age, just because I have been doing it since.
Maybe that's why you do so well and you're so unorganized, because it's like second nature to you,
Yeah, seriously, it is. Like I grew up in this industry. So and that's probably true. It feels comfortable to me. I had to relearn because my parents are very old school. They still do it. They're still in real estate. They're very good at what they do, but they are by the book, old school. And I try to tell them like, hey, let's do a reel. And they're like, that's not going to happen. Or I'll cuss on my social media. My dad will always watch my social media and he'll be like, Kacie, you cuss. Like, I really think that you should take that video down. And I'm like, Dad, it's okay. Like, new times, it's okay. People are okay with it. And he's like, oh, I just don't know. So it's kind of fun, kind of transitioning and changing and grow with
Did you always want to be a real estate agent? Are you like a unicorn?
No, not at all. No, I mean, I loved it. So I've always loved it, right? Because it was always fun to me. I always liked going to see the houses that my parents would take me to because I've been to so many. Like I enjoyed it. But I actually wanted to be a physical therapist. I went to school for kinesiology. Like I got my degree in kinesiology. That was my goal. But then I took a break after I graduated, and then they changed the entire curriculum, and then you had to become a doctorate of physical therapy. I'm like, oh, screw that. I am not doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Why did you go to England?
Yeah.
My ex-husband is military, and so we got stationed to England, and we were able to live there for 3 years. I had my first son there in England, so he's dual citizen, so that was really cool. And we traveled all over, and I miss it so much because of traveling.
I am so jealous. You can go anywhere, just anywhere in Europe. You can just like, poop, I'm in Rome. I'm in Germany. It's awesome.
I went to Rome several times. I ran a marathon in Greece.
You did?
Do you have any trips coming up?
No. So we just got back from Hawaii in October, but I'm turning 40 this year. So my husband and I are talking like, I just want to go to Europe. That's all I want to do for my 40th birthday. And obviously that's a big deal and ridiculous request, but
I don't think it's ridiculous.
I have the best, if you haven't done this, I have the best suggestion ever is to take a scenic river cruise.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Okay.
So
send me more info.
I will, and I'll get you a discount. And so listen, my suggested route is, how long can you go for? Can you go for 2 weeks?
We were talking about 10 days, but I mean, we're not taking the kids. It's all about us. We are not taking the kids. So
yes.
Okay. Scenic river cruise. I swear to you, she's gone twice.
I've gone twice.
Yep. And I've gone like 9 times. I was like, I will bring anybody on there, and everybody says it is the best way. If you think about it,
that is so like you to do that 9 times.
I when
you said that, because she's like so hardcore with everything. It's like, and then she just said I went 9 times.
It was worth it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You like something and you're going to do it.
I forgot we're in a podcast. I'm full on trying to sell you scenic.
No, sell it to me. Yes. Send me the info on it.
I will send you the info.
So what do you tell us a little bit about, like, so if you're kind of like, you just go and everything like kind of gets thrown at you through your day and you just take it, you said you thrive in chaos, and like the busy you are, the more shit you get done. And I think that that's how I can relate with that. Cause I feel like when I'm slow, the ball gets dropped all the time. But if I'm like so busy, I feel like I'm on top of everything. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So that's seriously how I live and thrive all day. If I have like one thing on my calendar, I guarantee you that one thing will not get done ever. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, I'll put it off. I'll start doing this, and I don't watch TV very often, but I might binge a show, or I might go shopping, or just something. Like, it doesn't get done. But if I have 10 things on my calendar, I'm like, okay, I just got to get this done real quick and then move on to the next, because I'm so paranoid about missing things. Like our interview yesterday, like our pre-talk yesterday, like I was sitting there waiting, but we made it today. I was like, I'm going to sign on like 10 minutes early to make sure that I don't lose.
Are you late to like friends' parties or like dinner dates and stuff?
Oh, 100%. I am not an on-time person because I have so much. Like, I overbook myself all day long. But with my husband is like the epitome of being there on time, and you better be 15 minutes early.
Same.
Super annoyed. Yeah. So with him, I'm on time for everything. But if it relies on me, I'm not. I'm on time for showings, and that's about the only thing that I'm on time for. Or like client appointments. But friends' parties, no.
We constantly challenge each other to place a little bit of organization, like a buffer, or like a buffer in between.
Like sometimes she'll have like I'm not kidding, there's no time to pee. It's like zoom, 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 zoom. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, I have 1 minute. I got to get off this Zoom. And then she's like, pop on another one. Hey, I'm Angela. I'm like, oh my gosh. And there's like 10 of these back to back. And we're just sitting behind her like, oh my gosh. Like,
I love it. I love Zoom. Zoom is like my best friend. That's one of the only things I thank COVID for is the adoption globally of Zoom.
Yes. Yes. So no, but that seems almost too organized for me. Like, you actually have a day set out. Like, no, I mean, I have things in my day, but
I'm not organized.
Figure out times. Yeah.
So we both, I feel like we're like you, but we've forced ourselves to be organized and create things. And I will tell you, because I can relate so much to you, is when you do start to like implement systems and stuff that make you more organized, it's actually very freeing.
Night and day.
I kind of get stressed out because I'm like, is it going to get done? I planned that like last month, and like, or just like things that you're like, I was so organized with that. It feels not normal to me, but it's also very freeing to be like, it's done. I'm not stressed right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
I almost get obsessive. So I used to do fitness competitions and meal
look
plans.
at your arms. I know if you guys are listening on iTunes.
Are you going to flex?
See them, but she's got buff arms.
Nice.
I want those arms.
I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. I do. Like, I love working out, and I used to be very obsessive about it. And I would do my meal planning, and that's all I could think about. I would think about how many macros, and I was very systemized, very organized. So when I do get that way, I get very obsessive about it. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. And that's maybe why I'm just like, whatever, I can just thrive in doing more. But my goal is to become more organized. It's just a matter of actually setting up systems in place. And I would love to, absolutely. But sometimes when you get so busy, it's hard to step back, take a break, and then actually organize your life.
So tell us about your business. Is it just you? You're running the show by yourself? Do you have anybody that helps you? Do you have a team?
I have an assistant who does paperwork for me, like organizes my file, I should say. Like, she's not licensed, so she can't actually type anything out, but she just organizes my files, but it's just me. I'm a one-man show, one-woman show, and I just make it all happen.
Tell everyone,
I love an assistant.
Tell everyone approximately how many units you do a year or your volume, so people can get a feel for why this is incredible.
Yeah. So last year, for the last couple years, I range about 40 or so, but this past year in 2022, I did my numbers and I was at 62.5 units.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That really is. Congratulations.
So you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, selling a shitload of houses.
A very pretty chicken. A very pretty chicken.
So then, okay, let's go into like, we're brand new into 2023. What do you feel like you're trying to implement in 2023 into your business? Do you do goals, or do you say like, you know what, this year I hope I get, a showing assistant or something like that?
I've thought about that. I'm horrible at delegation, and I always feel like I could do it better, or I don't like the way people do it. And I know that's a terrible way to think, but it's seriously like, I don't like giving up the reins. Yeah. And so I would love a showing assistant. But then I also love the service that I give to my clients. And I truly feel like, oh, if I give that up, then my clients won't know me for me, and they're hiring me for me. And so it's very hard balance. And people say all the time, like, get a showing assistant or go get this or that. And I've been on listing appointments where they're like, yeah, I scheduled this person to show up, and their assistant showed up, and they're like, we'll never use them. So that's stuck in the back of my head, thinking I don't ever want to be that person either. So yes, I can grow, but my goal this year is to create more systems for me so I can run a smoother operation day by day with emails and things like that. And so if I can create my systems, I know my volume can be more. I know I can help more people, and me personally help them, not letting showing assistants help them or whatever. But when I went on vacation to Hawaii, I had a newer agent show all of my properties, and it was great. It was great to have somebody do that. But
did you relax?
I tried. I did try. I did try.
I love how you just looked. You're like it was hard for you.
Yeah, it's so hard. You're talking to people who totally get you. Yeah. And I will tell you, every time, like when I was doing full-time real estate with my husband, we jumped from selling like 100 and some houses to like over 300 houses because of 2 good hires. And we had a team too, but I'm talking about to help us with our flow, because I suck. I cannot delegate very well, and I'm not organized, but you put a couple things in place, it's like a quarter turn in your business and it can explode. And you're like, why did I not do that 5 years ago or whatever?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And that is my goal this year, is to truly create systems. So I could be like, hey, systems on, I'm going to Rome, like we talked about, for 2 weeks. I'm going on this little cruise, and I'm going to go live my life and have fun. So I do think that we as agents could definitely work too much, and we don't know how to turn it off. I think really good agents just don't know how to turn it off because their brain is constantly going. So that is a goal of mine too, is to be able to truly take a vacation and spend time with my family. And my word this year is family. So that is my goal.
You can't ask that question now.
I know. Dang it. That was going to be one of my questions at the end.
Sorry. You can still ask it. I know the answer.
I almost forgot again. So you guys, the way that we got connected was one of my friends said, have you seen that video that a-hole posted on Instagram where he remixed this really cute girl out of New Mexico's Reel? I said, no. And she's like, go look at it. So I went and I looked at it, and this guy was a total jerk. And all the comments were actually even more jerkier. How do I say that?
More jerky. I think just jerky. More jerky.
More jerky? I don't know. I feel like now we're talking. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just started thinking about beef jerky.
She's a little hungry.
So anyways, She actually went back and forth with the guy too, but I ended up reaching out to Kacie and I asked her to speak about it on today's podcast. So tell us like how that experience was.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. You know, everything, I think it definitely created different opportunities and different conversations, which I think it was really annoying. And I was angry for days over this whole entire situation. But of course, in retrospect, you think about it and you're like, okay. It's all right. Life is okay. Move on. So yes, I posted this video about renting. And it was a very simple,
every real estate agent posted this same video.
Yes, 2,500 people have remade this video, or this audio. Used the audio and created it. So basically, just saying stop renting because you're paying somebody else's mortgage. It was very short and sweet. It was, and it definitely has caused controversy on the internet, like complete controversy. I saw a post about there's this girl that was on 90 Day Fiance. So I'm gonna take a side story. 90 Day Fiance. She's a realtor, and she used my audio and did that and got hammered. And then there was a news article on it and how dare she rent shame and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I am just making waves.
Rent shame people. Grow some.
As an aside, do you know that it's no longer proper to call somebody homeless? Do you know this? Do you know what you're supposed to call people that are homeless now?
I don't know.
Unhomed.
No. It's like, why do people get so
unhomed
about everything? Like, you can call me whatever you want to call
Rent
me.
shaming.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. Can we cuss? Like, I just don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, call me whatever you want. People are too sensitive. But so this guy took it upon himself, instead of recreating the video, he literally used my video and talked trash about me, which is against our code of ethics in the National Association of Realtors. And so he talked trash.
Like a pretty decent following.
Yes, over 13,000 followers. And I mean, just went on to say something to the effect of realtors like her that are commission hungry or commission chasing realtors like her. And I'm just like, oh my God, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
You don't know who
someone else even said like, oh, she should go back to like serving tables or something, which is like such a rude comment in so many different ways. I'm like,
yeah, go back to bartending. And he was like, yeah, she should. Like, he commented that. And I was like, okay, you little asshole. Like, I'm not going to have it. Yeah. I'm not dealing with it. So because I cannot let things go. Like, I don't let anybody bulldoze me. It just does not happen. So I went ahead and messaged him. Well, I first tried to call him, but then you had to make an appointment to call him. And I'm like, oh, we're one of these fancy agents. Like, okay. So then I still found his number somewhere on the internet.
Wait, Kacie, when someone said when you had to make an appointment to call somebody, I bet you died a little bit. Like,
yes, yes.
Like, how did he even do that? First of all,
well, immediately I was like, yeah, this is the kind of guy I'm dealing with. Got it. Like, he thinks he's like way too cool for his britches. Like, okay, we have to make an appointment for you. So I'm not going to make an appointment for him. So I found his number on the internet and I called him. And of course he doesn't answer because it makes sense. Like, he's one of those agents. So I'm like, all right, like, no, because I answer my phone for everybody. So I messaged him on Instagram and I was like, hey, buddy, you don't know me, but you decided to use my face, my video, and bash me on the internet to all of your followers. And I don't know if that's how you gain followers, by bashing others, but I'm not into it and I refuse to do business that way. But you don't know me, you don't know how I do my business, and you don't know the kind of agent I am, but you decided to bash me and say that I should go back to bartending. And so I went into this whole thing and I was like, look, I help buyers, renters all the time move into buying a home all the time. Like, that is what I do. My first year of business, I sold 24 homes to renters, converting them into buyers because I know of loan programs and I know of different programs out there to help the buyers. So I'm not rent shaming. I'm not anything. No. Like, I am here to help these buyers. So before you start bashing people on the internet, like, you should check yourself and get to know the person that you're trying to bash.
It's so sad that people do that. They just assume They make really wrong assumptions. They've never even met you. They make comments. They make assumptions. They put that out there.
The good news is he did take it down.
Yes.
So
Good for
maybe
him.
it's a little bit of a heart.
Yes.
Okay. So he did after, because me being me and I don't like being bullied, I screenshotted the video and I put it on like 2 of my girl groups. And I was like, hey, y'all, check out this, because I saw that several of these girls that I am friends with follow this guy. So I was like, check out this guy. He posted this. Like, am I being sensitive? But I think this guy is a big jerk. And so they were like, oh, let me tell this guy, like, let me go give this guy a piece of my mind. And so they did. They went on and they were like, you don't know this girl. You don't know what she's about. Like, how dare you? And they started letting him have it.
Oh.
So shortly after, he took it down. But one of the girls was like, I just want to remind you that you bashing her is a clear violation of our code of ethics. And I think that's the reason he might have taken it down.
Oh, maybe. It is.
So, yeah. So then afterwards, he messaged me and he was like, hey, the video's down. Although I still don't agree with your message, the video's down. And I said, you don't need to agree with anything I have to say. Like, I don't care what you think. You don't have to care what I think. That's okay. But you just need to create your own stuff. Like, don't bash people, do your own thing. And so he was like, he still has never once apologized for any of it. He was just like, it's down. So I'm like, okay, whatever, dude, it's fine.
Yeah, but at least you came out on the other side. You know, it wasn't, and I do think when you're in those moments, it feels like the end of the world, and it's not. But, you know, and you're here today. You said your words, and
right.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Well, it's created friendships and opportunities at other places. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, there's a silver lining right there. Well, we've like totally enjoyed having you as a guest. Like we said, you're so similar to us.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Thank you. I know. I need to get to Arizona to hang out.
Yes.
Please.
And so if anybody does want to follow you on Instagram, what's your Instagram name?
One day I should have made it way cooler, but it's not. So it's just Kacie_Los_Cruces_realtor, because I didn't realize that that's really difficult. So
we'll have it in the show notes, so it's easy for you guys.
Yes, we will.
Well, thank you so much, Kacie, for being on.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
It was fun.
Pleasure.
You've been such a great guest.
Thank you. It's been super fun. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so they just kind of edit the end of it for us.